Thank you for tuning in. I'm Korenn, and these are my vegan braised beef short ribs. I can tell you that if you haven't already subscribed, after you see this recipe, you should already be subscribed because these were actually that good. All right, let's get started. So, this here in the beginning are snippets of me trying this recipe out. I thought of the recipe and it took me 3 times to finally get it right. And so these are just clips of the first 2 times I tried to record, and it just didn't work out. I wasn't happy with the end product, but in any case, by the time I hit the third round, I was confident enough to call up my sister, who is not a vegan, to tell her I'm going to make some beef ribs. And her enthusiasm had to be at a -10. So let me know down below if I did a good job mimicking beef short ribs. And so here's the recipe. So I'm getting started here with these large oyster mushrooms. When I first seen them at my local Asian market, I thought they were porcini mushrooms, but they're not. They're a different type of oyster mushroom. So I take my seasoning mix and I just coat them generously. And you'll find the recipe for this as well as video add-ons linked down in the description box below. So I'm just going to cover these and roast them. While those are roasting, I'm going to get the seitan aspect of this recipe ready. And so I just have here some water, a bit of vegan beefless bouillon, so it tastes similar to beef, as well as some of the spices that I use to coat the mushroom, some of the Maggi browning seasoning, as well as spinach. And the spinach really helps with color, so you don't want to leave that out. Into the bowl goes my vital wheat gluten, as well as some chickpea flour, and you'll find substitutions also in that link, so check that out. This is vital wheat gluten. Vital wheat gluten is the protein inside of flour. So you take the flour, you rinse off the starch, and you're left with vital wheat gluten. All right, very good. So I have here some plastic wrap, and I'm just going to begin to lay down my seitan mixture here. And so what I'm doing here essentially is kneading the seitan dough with the mushroom. And so these are the mushrooms. After they were roasted, I allowed them to cool and I shredded them with 2 forks. And the first time I made this recipe, I did not add enough mushroom. So the ratio was more seitan to mushroom, and it just wasn't as meaty as I wanted. So by the second time around, I got it right, but the color was off. So that's where the spinach and the Maggi seasoning comes in. And so now we got the color right, we got the amount of mushrooms on, and this is perfect. So as you can see here, I'm only kneading this about 3 times, and it's ready. And that's knead with a K, K-N-E-A-D, kneading. Beef short ribs, you're going to need a very sharp knife. Just because you have 2 different textures going on, you have the roasted mushrooms as well as the seitan dough. So in order to slice through everything without ruining the shape or form of your ribs, you want to make sure your knife is very sharp. Onto a rack. This is what they look like before they are steamed. I do not have a steamer, but I do have a big pot, a rack, as well as a big bowl. So I make it work and I steam my ribs. And the steaming, this is just to cook that seitan dough. In the meantime, this is a really quick and easy barbecue sauce. You want to use about equal parts to ketchup and brown sugar. To that, about a half a teaspoon of liquid smoke, maybe just under, and about 2 tablespoons of, or 1 heaping tablespoon of spicy mustard. Mix that up, and this tastes really, really good. You'd be surprised. That liquid smoke really brings everything together. So here are our ribs after they've been fully cooked, steamed. And so I'm just going to coat them with a bit of that barbecue sauce, pop them back into the oven just for a sec so the barbecue sauce can just set on top of them. And they're ready to go. This is the final product. I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check the link in the description box below for my video extras. I will go through all of the ins and outs of making this recipe so that you can see if you try it at home, you'll have inevitable success. And I'll see you next time. Before you leave, make sure you go over and check out my Instagram account and go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I would love to see your food pictures, so make sure you tag me in any of your vegan food pictures. And check out some of my other videos. I have a couple linked in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it, and I will see you next time.